Hello there, how you getting on? It's Jay here. Now before we begin this video, I know some of the people that watch this channel are a little bit behind on Destiny 2 Forsaken's main campaign, so if you're worried about spoilers, don't. There'll be none in this video. Yes, I am using footage from Destiny 2 Forsaken, but it is only of the new Gambit mode, which I really love, so feel free to enjoy this exciting gameplay while I ramble for a bit. As you've probably guessed by the title of this video, today, Tuesday the 18th of September 2018, is the 1 year anniversary of this channel. 1 year in already, I can hardly believe it. It has been simultaneously the shortest and longest year of my life, which I know is a complete contradiction, but that's just how it feels sometimes, you know? So what kind of a video do I have for you to celebrate this monumental occasion? 1 year in, I have to do something very special. Something special for me, for the channel, for all of you. Could have gotten my camera, headed out into the wilderness, to a beautiful meadow, or maybe the beach. I could have stood there, gazing onto the horizon, as the camera slowly pans across. A black and white filter really emphasizing the beauty of nature. The somber music would start to swell, and my voice would narrate, reflecting upon everything I've learned in this last year and how much I've grown as a human being. But no, I'm not going to do that. Well, that's kind of what I'm going to do. I just want to take a bit more of a straightforward approach with you guys. It's been a year. Where's my head at? How do I feel about all this? What's my 5-year plan? Well, real talk. Questions and answers time. Am I happy with the amount of views my videos have been getting? No. Am I happy with the amount of likes my videos have been getting? No. Am I happy with the amount of times my videos are getting shared? No. Am I happy with the amount of subscribers this channel has earned? No. Am I happy running this channel? You bet your ass I am! Now, if I was to have my pretentious moment out on the beach staring onto the horizon and the narration would go over the black and white grainy footage as the music swells as to what I've learnt, the most important thing I have learnt, and if you've watched any video of anyone who's done YouTube for any length of time of like a year or more, you're going to groan and roll your eyes, but the most important thing for this is to have fun with it. And I've also gained a huge amount of sympathy for people who do this for a living, because this is not what I do for a living. I can stop doing this whenever I want and it'll have zero effect on my income, and in fact, if anything, I'd have tons of free time. I could play as much Gambit as I want. I took a couple of days off to play some Destiny 2 and I feel so goddamn guilty about not making content. People who do this for a career don't have that luxury. Now, obviously, that's the choice they made. If they get fortunate enough to kind of get into that position in the first place, obviously it's something you'd kind of want to take on, but at the same time, it is a choice they're making. It is a risk they're taking. But I do feel sympathetic towards them if they get to a point where they feel they've reached their limit of a particular type of content, or if they want to try something new. That can be very difficult to do without losing a portion of your fan base and therefore losing some of your income, which means you're going to have trouble paying your bills and putting food on the table. I can be sympathetic towards that, but at the same time, I understand all the times that people say the most important thing is that you are just having fun. And even I can tell you the exact moment this happened for me, because when I started, if I'm someone who does something, I can be quite competitive, and I can tend to overthink things a lot, and I really want to be like the best. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to be the best. When I was 16 years old, I started playing the drums, and like when I started, I was going to be the best, and whenever I went to do a gig, I was going to be the best. And even I would settle if my band wasn't going to be the best, I was going to be the best drummer on that show that night. And that was the mentality I had going into this channel when I started it. That's why I overbooked myself, why I overburdened myself, why I initially thought, okay, I'm going to post a Let's Play every day. I'm going to do monthly WWE pay-per-view reviews. I'm going to do a movie review every month. And I had tons of stuff planned that I never mentioned. And I got so mad at myself. And I'd done tons of research on kind of people talking about how the algorithms work on YouTube. And it's like, oh, you have to do a video every day. Make sure your video is exactly 10 minutes and 8 seconds long. And all that stuff. And while I was having fun making videos and learning, how to not edit sound so atrociously, a part of me kind of started to become miserable, because this was something that you're kind of meant to pursue as a hobby, and I was just turning it into work. And on top of that, I was overworking myself. So like, the channel was primarily Let's Plays, and I started resenting video games because I was trying to put out so many episodes around my work schedule outside of YouTube that pretty much all of my free time was consumed in just recording and editing and uploading. So video games became work, and I kind of hated it. And that actually carried on for a little while, and that was a big part as to why I actually just took the entire month of December out. If it wasn't entirely burnout, I did have an increased work schedule at that time. And actually, I'll be honest now, I'm probably going to have an increased work schedule for December of this year as well. I don't want to just stop making videos for December of this month, but that's why I have the reduced timetable with my videos, so I'm not completely stressed out. But even then, I took the break in December. I came back in January full of piss and vinegar, ready to take on the world. I did my first vlog, and I appeared in front of the camera to record something for me to publicly post for people to see. That wasn't something like me just playing the drums at a gig. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so nervous. I haven't watched that video in a while, but I bet if I were to go back and look at it, I'd probably be laughing at just how uncomfortable and unnatural I am. And even going back to some earlier videos where I was just recording with my voice, it's like I could probably tell I'm like so self-conscious. But anyway, I was still a bit unhappy with both the videos and the kind of progression of the channel here. But the moment that switch flicked in my head, when I kind of realized, you know what, just make videos and enjoy making the videos, and like make that your focal point. That occurred to me during my Let's Play of Dragon Ball Fighters with Z. I played through the story mode of that fighting game and did commentary over it, and it is actually, I think, the best example of my progression from something that's kind of gone awful to the point of like, hey, he's learning, he's shown the ability to learn. There's hope here, because the mixing of the audio from my commentary and the gameplay is really bad in episode 1, and I believe there were 13 episodes in that playlist. And with each video, you notice it becoming, better and clearer, and there's not as many inconsistencies. Like, by the time we're halfway through, there are points where, it's overall fine, but if at any point my voice gets too loud, because the videos were so long and I put myself under such a short time constraint, I didn't have time to get through them and fiddle with the sound, so my voice would get really loud at points, or the gameplay would get really loud at points. And just with working with keyframes, which, if you don't edit videos at any point, you don't know what that is. And if you're someone who does edit videos, and if you're really good at it, you're going to find it absolutely hysterical. I was like, I was so many months into this, and I finally started to learn what keyframes were. But as a result of, actually taking the time to put the effort into learning as to how you even do these silly little Let's Plays, they started to improve, and they improved over that series. And I was just so chuffed with even just progression in quality that even when they didn't do well with views, I was still really chuffed with myself. And I remember talking to a friend of mine that they were saying, wow, those videos are long. And it's like, yeah, and I can see you did a lot of editing of the video. It's like, yeah. And it's like, oh, and I noticed the audio has gotten better with each video. And it's like, yeah. It's like, God, it must be annoying that like some of the videos only had like 2 or 3 views. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. Now, this is still real talk here. If every video I post for like the next year doesn't, like, none of them break 10 views, of course that's going to get to you. But really at that point, that's the case that I'm doing something wrong. Like, again, I'm sympathetic to the plight of the YouTube algorithms, but at the same time, there are too many people who are too quick to just point at those algorithms and say they're the fault, and at no point do they stop and think, can they do any better themselves? Is there something about their presentation? Is there something about their editing, their audio, their lighting? You know, any of those things that can be worked on. And I still have so much work to do in all these categories. And even if I was to say maybe not just make YouTube videos, but maybe go to college and do a proper course, I know I would have progressed so much more in video editing or sound engineering or any of those qualities. But like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm working a full-time job. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I like to make videos. Like, video making was something I've always wanted to pursue, and I've been a fan of YouTube since its inception. I remember what it's like to be alive when YouTube wasn't a thing, and I'm just so happy at this point with how things have gone, because I just stopped taking things so damn seriously. You know, making videos I like and having fun with them became so much more important. Another example is that I started doing a Let's Play of the video game Claire. I was playing the extended cut of that, and let me say this now, it's a good game. It might even be a great game. It's not really a game for me, though, and I got 2 episodes in, and like, the story and the setting had me intrigued, but the whole map being 3D, but your character moves around in 2 dimensions and you're constantly having to open the map, it just it drove me mad. I know it's a very indie style game, and there are tons of people who love it, and you're like, they do not wrong to love it, but it's not for me. I could be, as much as I'd like to think I'm, the gaming academic, honestly, I'm a bit more straightforward with, Claire was just a bit too far beyond convention for me, but typically I would have been really worried about stopping the Let's Play, because I was 2 episodes in, and by the estimated runtime of the game, I had probably 2 more episodes left. But I just looked at it and went, you know what, I really don't want to do it. There's other ways I want to spend my time. That being said, along with the videos, there was, like, on those 2 videos, no one left a comment to say that they were really enjoying it. That's where I'd kind of maybe flip things around a bit. If there was something I did a video of and I'm like, that'll just be a one-off thing, but someone leaves a comment saying I'm really enjoying this, I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll do another for you. But at the same time, kind of the focus for me on my channel, and the focus for anyone on their own channels, has to be, I'm making content I enjoy. Obviously, if you have a big audience, if it's your job, there is a certain, there's an understanding, there's kind of like an unspoken agreement, but you can't be enslaved 100% to the whims of your audience. But at the same time, you can't be insulting your audience by just kind of doing whatever the hell you want. So with that being said, I'm sorry to insult your intelligence, but going forward with this channel, I kind of just want to do whatever the hell I want. So going forward, Spider-Man's out. I'm looking to pick that up, so hopefully we'll get a Let's Play of that going. We have Fire Pro Wrestling. I'm going to get a Let's Play of that going when 2K19 comes out. That's going to have so much content to it. It looks like you have, like, the Final Deletion or the House of Horrors. There's the Daniel Bryan Showcase, new Tower mode, whole new My Career mode. Yeah, that's going to feature a lot. I'm going to try getting to do as many, like, I'd like to do all the monthly pay-per-view reviews, but again, being realistic, that might not be quite possible, which is why it's important to follow me on Twitter. Link to that be in the description so you can stay up to date with all the channel info. So with that, I'm just going to kind of conclude with the real talk here. So in conclusion, I'm having fun making videos. I'm going to keep on making videos, and this will continue to be my part-time hobby for the foreseeable future. If you're someone that's been here since day one, or if you're just tuning in for the first time now, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, because YouTube is a very competitive place right now, and there are so many people out there that are fantastic content creators. So if you are someone who has actually taken the time to sit down and watch any of the content I have produced, I am very grateful. But you have to understand, this is a part-time hobby of mine, so there will be times I take breaks, and there'll be times where I don't upload videos as frequently as anyone would like, but there will hopefully be times where I am able to produce more content, and hopefully my skills will continue to improve. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a great year, and hopefully I'll see you again next year. Well, and for all the content in between now and then. Follow me on Twitter. Link to that'll be in the description. Cheers.